Welcome to the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi After the Show podcast. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
You know, I want to share my limited barbecue knowledge with going to these fancy barbecue places with everybody, just in case. It's kind of like a how to get the most out of going to a barbecue restaurant.
Okay.
Because
there's lots to know.
There is lots to know, because it's not like walking up and saying you want a number 3 or, because there is a lot that they have cooked and prepared for you and going on. And I guess number 1 would be to relax, because it's all going to work out. I was thinking,
what do you mean?
I was thinking save that till the end, but you know what? When you walk into it, it can be
overwhelming. Thank you for saying that.
Up on the board, you got all the meats that they're serving, and they got a price per pound. Oh. And the price per pound is usually like 30-something bucks. Yeah. And so when you walk in, you're going to instantly go, oh, my God, this is going to be ridiculous.
That's how Murphy has gotten in trouble at barbecue. Well, when he walks in really hungry, he bought way too much barbecue one time.
I was going to say, I think that's what adds to I know you jumped to the end of this, but when you walk in hungry, you want one of everything anyway.
It smells great.
So you're already processing on, not on a full stomach, which is going to skew you a little bit.
Yeah.
But the price per pound thing, I mean, to me, that's what separates a legit barbecue place from the ones that are just kind of serving it casually.
Where you order a number 3.
Right, exactly. And so, right.
I don't want to walk up and do math, though.
Well, I haven't either, but that's why I've asked, before, is what does it look like? You just ask the question. They're more than happy to help you.
The thing about these barbecue places, the folks that run it, the folks that are at the counter, they are very proud of what they're doing.
Of course.
This isn't, fast food, nothing against fast food, but this is something that they've put the last 12 hours into, and they're going to do it again tomorrow and put another 12 hours, 15 hours into it.
Good point.
So they love their food. They can tell you everything about their food. Mm-hmm. And if you walk up with that, oh my God, I got to order blah, 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 don't worry about that.
So walk up and take a deep breath.
Take a deep breath, because the person that's standing there that you're going to order with, either they're cutting the food or they're standing next to the person that's cutting your food. And this is what I did this past weekend when I went into Barb's. I was like, look, it's just me. I don't want a ton of food because it's just me. So it's like, don't order by the pound. I mean, unless you got a whole group. I want
a refrigerator.
Yeah. I was like, I want a tasting here. And some places will even put together a 2 meat, 2 sides, so you pick them. But the ones I went to, it's just, what do you want? So you walk up there, brisket. I just want a couple of 3 slices of brisket so I can taste it.
Great.
And they're not going to argue with you. They're not going to say, well, you have to do a quarter pound.
But you're saying that's not on the menu. It's not. The menu is not laid out for one person or 2 people.
If you've done it before, but if you've not done it.
Yeah, well, one of our favorite barbecue places that we go to, Jodi, they've got the sandwiches and they've got the menu, but then they've got the same thing.
Okay.
And I mean,
I'm always like the number 3.
Yeah. For me, if I'm going on the sampling like you're talking about, what I've learned to do over time is I don't want 3 slices of brisket, because I want to try everything. Yeah. I want 1 slice of brisket.
Oh, okay.
I want a little bit of pulled pork. I want it because I'm one of those. I want to taste it all. If I'm traveling and I'm never going to be there again, I want to know what the chicken tastes like. I want to know what the sausage tastes like. I want to know what everything tastes like. And you can't have 3 slices of everything, right?
Yeah. And like me, I'm not a big barbecue. Don't hit me for this. A big barbecue pork person.
Oh God!
I'm about the brisket.
Really?
I want to sample their turkey, because most of these places have turkey, and it's the
best turkey
you'll ever. It's the juiciest turkey you've ever tasted.
It's true.
You don't like pulled pork?
I will eat it, but it's like for me, if I'm going to this place and I don't know if I'm coming back, my favorites are sliced brisket. You want to try the turkey?
Sure.
Everybody's got a sausage. They make their own sausages, and they're all proud of their sausages. And there's usually a jalapeno version as well with cheese or something. So those are kind of like the 3 things I want to try. I don't really get ribs.
No wrong answer though, because Murphy would hit the pulled pork, and I would too.
Like Murphy's saying, a slice of each. That's if you want to try everything. I know I'm just going for like 3 things. So it's like,
and the reason, for me, and of course, I mean, it's a matter of personal taste, but I've encountered more barbecue places where the margin of error of the brisket being dry is high.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's easy to dry out brisket. And I mean, I'm not Jodi's uncle is the pro at this, because he did championship Houston rodeo cooking for brisket and that sort of thing. So I'm sure he could probably explain this better. Maybe it's fat content. I don't know. But I have found fewer instances of pulled pork and roasted pork being too dry.
Yeah.
Maybe because of the
And
fattiness helps it.
So, and for me, it's like once the brisket's dry, even enough gravy on the side's not going to make it recover, unfortunately.
Okay.
That's
How about
me, though.
some
I'm
more
picky.
barbecue lessons.
Okay. Well, for brisket, specifically brisket, usually they're going to ask you if you want it sliced or chopped.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So you can have it either way. Usually the pork is just pulled and, chopped.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Correct.
And the thing about chopped is you need to know there's a likelihood of more fat being mixed in it.
Yeah.
If you're one of those like Jodi that doesn't like the coming across a piece of fat, chopped may not be the way to go. If it's sliced, you can control that.
If it's sliced too, you can tell them I want lean or I want fat or I want mix.
Oh, nice.
Well,
'Cause
they do that for
slice it
chopped too. I've
you.
never tried
I don't
it that
know
way.
if they do it for chopped because I usually get the sliced.
Yeah.
I
And
just
they're
like
slicing
the
it
slice.
for you
Yeah.
right there.
Also, too, and this is usually a lot of times it's not on the menu, but if you're into brisket, you can just ask them if they have burnt ends.
Yeah.
Burnt ends is if you see the brisket, the end of it that's like dark and crunchy.
Yeah.
And
It's burnt.
yeah.
You like
the
it.
first place I went to, they sliced me off a burnt end and they gave it to me. Second place I went to, it was like a little free thing. Like, hey, do you have any burnt ends? Yeah, let me start a new brisket. And he sliced a few off, put it up on the counter for me to sample while I was ordering.
Oh,
So
whoa.
again, that just depends on the place. You may have to pay for it. They may treat you a little bit to
Right.
it.
Have you ever had burnt end sandwiches?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so that's a very popular thing too.
Mm-hmm.
In restaurants, it's not going to be at the fast food order by number, but a burnt end sandwich. There are a couple of places around here that do those,
Yeah.
and it's delicious.
Yeah.
it is really
Burnt
good.
ends are just
Yeah,
so good too.
Okay.
Next up is your side dishes. Once you get to your side dishes, pretty much all the barbecue restaurants are the same: mac and cheese, potato salad, coleslaw, beans. Now beans, see what they put in it, because some, like this Barb's that I went to this weekend, they say don't pass up the beans because we put this in it, we put that in it.
Which
it's
is
not
this
just
and that?
beans.
Was it meat?
It was bacon. It was. They actually put sliced hot dogs in there. I don't know why. I wasn't.
funny.
that's like pork and beans.
I wasn't in
almost.
a bean. I wasn't in a bean mood, so I didn't get it. And that's another thing too. Speaking of what you said, Murphy, about not filling up,
Yeah.
side dishes, you may want to just pass on them altogether. It
If you're
depends
about-
on who
if you-
you are.
yeah.
If you love mac and cheese and you want to try it everywhere,
I hear you.
then try it. But like
Well-
me, I just want to taste your meat.
Right.
I need
Well,
a shirt that says
Yeah.
that.
So I'll just throw this in there because any barbecue place is going to tell you do not pass up the sides.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of times they're pretty incredible family recipes,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not going to ever pass up greens at any
No, we
barbecue
always get
joint.
greens.
Yeah.
Because
We like
they're always
greens,
done
though.
well. It's it's got the bacon factor that you love in it. It's typically always going to be good. People do various versions of corn and grits and those sorts of things depending on where you're going. You may enjoy some of the most fabulous sides ever. And again, you can, just like you're saying with the small portions, you can also get small portions of the sides. You can
Yeah, and some of them will even have a sampler built. You can
Yeah.
get 4 or
Right.
5 things.
Yeah.
Now, like the standard sides, I like to not get, but like places are known sometimes for a special side. There's a place here in town I like to eat at that has a bowl of elote. They basically
Yeah.
put it all in a bowl. It's like, oh, it is so good.
What is elote?
It's the Mexican corn. They put
Okay.
the
I love
cheese on
it.
it. Sometimes it's mayonnaise and others.
yeah.
It's
okay.
all decorated up. You see the elote stands on the side of the road.
I love that.
They just put it all in a bowl, and it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
And then Barb's that I went to Saturday, they're known for their green spaghetti.
That's
And
what
it's
we posted your picture, and that's the green spaghetti's on there.
Yeah, it's spaghetti. They roast their own poblano peppers, and they chop them up with cilantro, and then they mix it with milk, cream cheese, and sour cream.
Like a little
and,
green, light green colored sauce.
and it's got the most fresh, like jump at you flavor too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know you can't do cilantro.
Oh, I can't.
And this was
Yeah.
definitely cilantro forward.
Right.
It's just like.
Cilantro is a very fresh flavor for those people who if it doesn't taste like soap to you, it tastes like you're eating a forest.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
had
and
a
see,
salad this weekend with
that is a
cilantro.
perfect example of what I'm talking about with the sides and all that, because a barbecue place, they know that the magic is in the unexpected
Mm-hmm.
too. Not that all barbecue is created equal by any stretch of the imagination, because I know you said this is some of the best you've ever had.
Oh yeah.
But
The best, if not
but
the best.
the sides are the magic, and even desserts. Sometimes they're known for a banana pudding that's got a secret ingredient they're not going to tell you about, or whatever. That's really off the charts.
Yeah, a lot of them have similar desserts. A lot of them have banana pudding. This restaurant that I went to Saturday, Barb's, had a Mexican hot chocolate pudding.
Oh, wow.
And I've never had this happen before, but when we were waiting in line outside, they came out about 30 minutes before they opened and said, hey, okay, here's what we got on the menu today. We got your brisket. We got this. And they had these special ribs called Molotov ribs. And he's like, it's not because it's hot. He says when you bite into it, the flavor is going to explode in your mouth.
Oh, wow.
Like, I don't get ribs, but it's
fine,
like, give me a rib, please.
Yeah.
And it was like, ooh, wow.
That's crazy.
It was just the citrusy. I don't know what it was, but it was so good.
You probably marinated it forever.
And they
get
had
that.
pork belly too, which not all the places have pork belly. They told us ahead of time, so it's like, give me some pork belly. And this place, I was just like, okay, well, give me one of those. Okay, well, give me one of those. It's like, I don't know who makes this. But I'm not coming back.
Right.
And I had a fridge in the hotel, so
there you go.
That was snack after the concert Saturday night.
Very good.
And I mentioned the line. If you go to these like OG type places, you're probably not going to have a line to mess with. Because a lot of, like in Lockhart, with the barbecue capital of Texas, they have, I guess, 3 old, established places. And if you go there anytime, walk in, you may stand behind a person, but you walk right up, tell them what you want, and they'll
I would
do
expect
it for
them
you.
to have a line. That's funny. That's different than I expected you to say.
Like the ones that are, get all the press and all the foodies go to and spread the word about, you could stand in line up to 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
It's insane. And then talk to the people in line. As much as I don't talk to people in the barbecue line Saturday at Barb's, they open at 11 till. And that's the thing too. Barbecue places,
when they run out,
it's usually 11 till.
Yeah. Until they run out.
Unless it's the OG places that have it all day long. But usually it's like if you get there at 11, or if it opens at 11, usually by 1 o'clock it's gone, or it's slim pickings. So I wanted to eat at Barb's, walked past at 10 o'clock, an hour before opening, and there was like 15 people in line. It's like, oh, well, then I'm stopping. I'm not going to chance this.
Right.
And it's good that I did, because once they opened and, I got in, got my table and sat down, the line was around the building outside.
Oh, whoa.
This was like 11:15. The line's around the building.
So are they traditional and old school, and it's going to be you stand in line, there's no other way to hold your place in line, you can't do anything in advance on
the fast pass.
Yeah. There was a place I didn't go to that I want to go to called Snow's, because they have this pit master. Her name is Tootsie, and she's like 92, and everybody knows her. But
that's awesome.
They open at 8 in the morning, and if you're not there by 5, you're going to be in line for a few hours, and you may not get the good stuff. I mean, that's how crazy this is. And I'm not a barbecue nerd. I'm just like learning this as I go.
You're learning, yeah.
So it's like I could have taken that side trip, but I didn't want to waste the time. So I just went, to these places. But if you're in line at the places that have been getting the hot press, you could wait a couple of hours. And probably not going to, if they open at 11, you're not going to get there at 11:15 and
go right in.
Walk right in, or you might not even get the good stuff.
But the smell keeps you there, though.
Yeah.
I mean, just talking about it, something about the smell of food is so seductive. It makes you hungry. The
people in line, we were all talking, and it's like, oh yeah, we've been here, and it's like, oh, I heard about that place. It's delicious, but it's not worth a 3-hour wait. Or you go over here, or you go over there. At Murphy, I checked my phone. I was about 15 minutes from a Buc-ee's. And it's like, I just don't care.
No,
I cannot.
In the barbecue capital of Texas.
Yeah. And I had barbecue for breakfast right about 9 o'clock. And then I had barbecue at Barb's about 11:30. 2 barbecue meals in a day.
You were done.
I did not eat until I came back home from the concert at midnight when I had leftovers, because it's just like, it
so much
sits
protein
on your stomach.
Yeah.
And then all day you're belching, and it's like, ooh, that was good.
Yeah.
Gross. Okay, that's gross. I don't understand. You were saying something earlier I wanted you to touch on.
Yeah.
Every little place has its own little rules, too. Like one place, no utensils.
Yeah. Smitty's, one of the old places in Lockhart, their whole thing is they have signs all over the place that say no forks. And they have, by the napkins, it says no forks. They want you to eat it with your hands. Yeah.
What about the sides?
I would assume they give you a fork or a spoon. Because they gave me a knife if I wanted to cut the meat, but no fork.
That's interesting.
And a lot of these places here, they're not about fancy. It may look dirty to you, but it's because it's been smoke on the walls for 80 years.
Yeah.
And they serve you your food in brown paper. Mm-hmm. Now Barb's was fancy. They did it on a tray, but usually these old places, it's like the brown paper. They put your stuff in there, they fold it up, and you walk off with your thing, and you go get a table, and you just eat. Sauce, if they do sauce, will be on the table. Mm-hmm. There are restaurants that say no sauce. They won't have sauce on the table. They didn't put sauce on their stuff. You're going to eat it the way I seasoned it.
Wow. That's interesting.
I hear that from a purist who smokes it or whatever and has done this with their life and it's their love. All respect, but I'm a sauce girl.
Yeah.
I like to dip things. It would be hard for me not to have sauce or something.
I guess if you know it going into it, you're not going to, be as as upset. But they're like some of our favorite barbecue places actually offer a variety of different style sauces because Texas style barbecue sauce is going to be different than Carolina barbecue sauce and the vinegar based and all that. And I'm one of those that I do like to try it all. I wish I could eat one of everything, which is impossible. But to me, that's the beauty of trying a brand new place, experiencing it, and and you did it on a solo trip, with nothing wrong with that. But what I was going to say is my two favorite things, as Jodi knows, is you're talking about it, you're sharing the moment or whatever, and I love that combo over a meal, especially for a place that you've never been before, because then what I get, Jodi's eating off of, and what Jodi gets, I'm eating off of, and
I love to share food.
For a barbecue place, it's almost better to have a sidekick so that you can share, or you get this and I'll get that. Like for the breads at Barb's, they homemade cornbread. They had some other kind of bread, and it's like, no, I want the cornbread.
But you would have liked a bite of the other bread.
Yeah, somebody else could have ordered that, and we could have shared it, and that kind of thing.
Yeah. It's my favorite thing to do with girlfriends is share food, and I did it a lot this weekend. We shared food at every meal we ate. We didn't do barbecue, though.
I guess the one thing I do want to reemphasize is don't walk up and feel intimidated. Anxious because of what you see.
Did you feel intimidated? Is that why you're sharing that?
Not this weekend, because I've done it before.
Yeah.
But the first time I walked in, because when I looked at these places online and it's like a quarter pound,
Landing
half pound, oh my God, I'm not going to eat all that. I hope they let me do this, and I hope they let me do that.
Sure.
And then you walk in, and the person that is doing it all for you is standing right there. And it's like,
fantastic.
I just want a couple slices of this. If you got some of this, I'll take some of that. And he goes, yeah, you want some of that? No, I don't want any of that. What about your sides? No, it's like, no, I'm all meat today.
Nice.
They're cool with whatever you want, and they'll help you with whatever you want.
Yeah, I love that because and I think it's really sound advice. You've always been a seafood person, so it sounds like this is really your first time branching more into the barbecue world, which is anytime somebody goes into a new genre of food, which, by the way, is very exciting to me. It's the same thing when it's not in your wheelhouse or whatever. Somebody else will be experiencing that for the first time because they tend to stay in their comfort zones for food. So if the first time that you do walk in and you see by the pound and you're having to do a bunch of math, that throws anybody off.
And usually it's like a chalkboard with stuff written on it, and there might be that scratched out today because we're not doing this. And
you never know what it's going to be like.
And if you just have no clue, ask the person.
That's so awesome.
So let me ask you this: now that you are experimenting more, is that going to locally now? Are you going to want to try more barbecue? Mm-hmm. I'm just curious.
It'll be hard to compete with Barb's.
Well, I mean, in true Texas barbecue, I'm sure it would be. But I was just curious because you are a foodie by nature, and it's for some reason I thought you had experienced all of those. But I know seafood is sort of like your center. But I didn't realize that you had not.
Yeah, I had never been
a
barbecue for me was my dad cooking burgers on the grill,
which is not a good example.
Barbecue.
Yeah, I know.
Me
Same
too.
here.
Me too.
So it's like the first time I delved into this a couple years ago, it's like, okay, there's a whole culture. It's just like me and pizzas.
Yes.
Now pizzas, I've gone as far as making my own crusts and doing all that. Barbecue, I'm never going to get that.
You're never going to buy a smoker and play with it?
No,
okay.
That's just too much. Oh, speaking of smokers, I'm glad you mentioned it. Any of these places, come see my smoker.
Yeah.
Don't
they
worry.
Like to show it off.
I'd love to see what these things look like. They'll bring you in the back and show you.
Oh, cool.
Their pits all have names. They name their pits.
Oh, that's cute.
Usually after a mom or it's usually a female name.
Mm-hmm.
And there's usually a couple guys roaming around, and they don't. It's like I'm proud of this. Come see.
I love that.
They'll open it up for you, and you see 40 briskets, and it's just like,
whoa!
Oh! And they're spraying whatever their secret spray is on it, usually some kind of apple water or something.
You know what that makes me think of is the movie we've talked about before a million times here is Chef.
Yeah.
I mean, props to Jon Favreau for putting a movie out there that kind of encouraged the same thing that you're talking about, because all of this
love affair with food.
Right, same thing. And so those scenes, the barbecue scenes in specific from that movie, give you insight to what you call the culture. Because you're so right. It's its own thing. It's got its own.
And they're not hiding stuff. I mean, they may have their secret blend, but come see me cook it.
They are proud of it. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to you for taking. I know you took a pizza trip a couple of years ago. You took your barbecue trip now, and it's probably not going to be your last.
No, I still haven't tried all the barbecue in Lockhart, so there's more to come.
Thank you for the lesson.